Hey, this is Pastor Andy Hagan here with a super short sermon summary for those of you who missed our message on Sunday on the Catechism. Do not steal, which is the seventh commandment. Or we might like to say better, give. Give. That's the fulfillment of the commandment. One reason not to steal is it's dumb. You get caught, and maybe not right away, but eventually. We know what happens, and it's a good reason. Second is it's wrong. You know, it's easy to steal candy from a baby, but it's a wrong thing to do. And societies have known that to get along that stealing is a bad idea since back at the Code of Hammurabi, which specifically laid out concerns about stealing. The strong may survive in an evolutionary way, but in civilization, the strong need to seek ways to protect the rights even of the weak. Prophet Nathan got on David's back for just that. When he took Bathsheba from Uriah, and Nathan pointed out the injustice of that to David. It's a slippery slope when we steal. It can be a little thing to start with, and who knows where it could end up. I remember one time my mom made me return a wiffle ball bat that I had found on my front lawn, and she pointed out that even though I had found it on the lawn, it had my best friend's name written on it. Who knows where and what kind of life of crime I would have led if my mom hadn't had me walk that back. It hurts others to steal. One of these things that we have to look at now is with the internet is how does it hurt others? Is downloading videos and music victimless crime, or does that affect the artists and the producers who make it? And we have to think about all the aspects now of stealing that can go on. Stealing ideas, for some of you, stealing hearts. Stealing in so many forms now, just by making slight adjustments on our taxes, which is coming up here for many of us. Thinking about how it might hurt others is an important way to consider this commandment. To realize that stealing breaks trust in a community. After many trips to Haiti, I've seen that, how the lack of security for your property leads people to build big walls with razor wire and glass shards at the top. What a way to live. Stealing is wrong because God says so. It's a commandment. It's not to be neglected or taken lightly, and we should look at it in all its nuances as faithful followers and people of God. Wait till your Father gets home works for those who believe in the Heavenly Father. Of course, for those who don't, we are thankful that God works through the government to enforce this commandment of stealing. Finally, it's not a good idea to steal because God's a giver. God's a giver. He gave his only Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. And Jesus showed again and again how he was willing to give his life. And so instead of being takers, let's be givers and fulfill the commandment, do not steal.